These beats are the purest. Roll it, roll it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash. We are back again, week 4, a late week 4 match this time between the Wendigos and the Wensleydale Wendals. That's a lot of W's in those teams. I am your play-by-play caster FedoraMaster. Eatmaster is not here. That is a lie. And I'm joined here by ManiaMoon for color and prod by Poke1236. Okay. Hello there. How's everyone doing? We game.
I am alive. That's all that I am.
So true, honestly. Something to keep in mind for this match is that we have taken upon ourselves to fix a bug with Farah's ult charge. She's currently in the game. She builds her ult a lot faster than she should, so we have reduced the ult charge gain for her for this match, seeing how that works, and hopefully that bug will be fixed by the patch that was supposed to happen today, but it's now going to happen on Thursday, hopefully.
Well, why did they change it? Do you know?
I'm assuming it's just wait, changing which part? The update?
No, I mean like they pushed back the update.
They said they have a big issue, and surely it will be something that is fixed. They didn't really specify what it is.
How did this bug just happen? I haven't played in like 2 days. So.
The bug that's the reason for the delay, we don't know what it is. So.
No, I mean the Farah bug.
The Farah bug that's been in since release.
Oh.
So yeah.
Haven't been paying attention, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of hard to notice because it's basically the only thing you can notice is, wow, that Farah built ult very quickly, and that's about it. And wait, no, swap to spec, and then swap to there. Okie doke. As soon as we get the lineup from Corey, we should be going into Legion Tower shortly. But I'm just waiting on that unless I missed it. I don't think I did. There we go. There's the lineup. I think everyone hears from the Wendals. I believe the Wendigos are missing Fun Gruffalo, so but they've been playing without him pretty good recently, so I don't think it'll matter all too much.
I think I've only seen the Wendigos play. I don't believe I've seen Wendals yet, so.
Yeah, this should be really interesting because the meta should still be mostly Zarya, maybe some Winston, but Kua has also been trying out more Sojourn, and he is a really good player, so it might turn out really nicely for him. And I believe we do have the comp set up. Checking one more time. And now I'll be asking teams for honor. But I think mostly the reliance from the side of the Wendigos will come in from afar, or even Typhoon go into the Genji, since the Genji is still a really good character right now. Corey will be coming in on tank, probably playing Zarya, maybe Winston, maybe even Hog, since Hog is also going to be pretty prevalent, at least in Korean contenders. So it'll be really interesting to see if they have been watching that and if they make that come into play.
Sorry, I got distracted by chat. There's really important things happening.
Real. And we'll be going into map 1. See how this goes. Should be interesting to see what these teams attempt to do and if they still try and do the stuff they've usually been doing. Hopefully the server will not default to West Coast. It is on Central, so we should be fine. Really would be interesting because they do also have Ryzen on DPS for this first map. So she is also can play that Pharah. So maybe they do Typhoon Genji? Nope, Typhoon Pharah. Alright, GG.
I've only seen Raz on Pharah, so I don't know what else she plays.
She can play Soldier and Reaper, I believe, in the past has been
yeah, I've seen her Reaper.
the two other characters. The Wendals trying to tease a quirky comp coming in here. Also, keep in mind, this is the battle of the faces. If you look at our graphics, it is kind of terrifying to see those two faces staring into our soul. But yeah, will see a comp designed pretty well to try and counter this Pharah. You have Echo with a pocket trying to chase down this Pharah, along with Caber on the Diva. So it should be interesting to see how they try and fight this in. Raz onto that Soldier as predicted, but also a Corey on the Zarya, not trying to pick the Hog here. So we should see this going in. Typhoon early with a pick onto Akua. Pretty rough for them as Zarya will... the res is... Yeah, the lamp is slightly late, so it's not able to go in. Caber trying to catch off HP stick on this Mercy, but he's able to fly away. Corey's not building up too much charge just yet, not really catching the spam. The spam's going to his backline, not where he is at. You see already 30% on that barrage. I think if it was the other patch, yeah, a bit higher, because I believe it takes... Actually, I don't exactly know the exact numbers, but it's reduced by 70. About 70. It's set to 70% ult charge gain. Corey building up a bit charge, able to almost get through that armor of Caber, and Kua is able to find Razmathaz in the back as they circle around this point. And you do see Typhoon also circling around, trying to catch Riddle Dog in the back. Does get one rocket onto him to try and force out Lamp. Bubble onto Typhoon to try and keep it sticky as Caber does find the Mercy, and Typhoon does fall. 30% built already, but it looks like eventually it will come in favor of the Wendals here, as they do have to back up, trying to keep Corey up with that energy.
Man, Akua is cracked.
He is what you know as a god gamer. Window is up already, so they want to try and force out this far. If they try and push in, they can window this. But Corey's coming in pretty aggressively. They might be able to catch him out. He doesn't have any bubbles yet, but you do have Typhoon backing him up, spamming onto Akua, force it back up. Caber does fall half HP, is able to try and chase, and they do find Typhoon once again. Almost built up to that barrage. So you do have Kitsune Rush online as well. Or just be able to Kitsune Rush in here, I think, with these bubbles cooldowns. You see them giving a bit of space. As Typhoon is looking to go early, but does not have his barrage yet. He just does get caught off, and there's that window being used as well. Looking for the res as well. He does get it off because of the bubble. Grab is being looked to be used. Does find two in the back line, and it's easily cleaned up. Dupe is used as well. Interesting. The barrage there as well. Should be able to fly up and maybe catch him, but the bubble is there as well. Isn't able to catch him because of that. Flip not quite in. Should be able to build at least 60% here. They only use they use 3 ults. They also committed Valk. That's a lot of ults used actually there compared to just. I mean, Corey did use
Man.
grab, but he's already built up to almost 60%. But they do build up an extra 10% from that stall. Ults used, but they still do have Katsune online as well, which is a pretty good fight. But Teddy with the pick. I better res that. They do. Can't stop that at that range, but they should have. They do have this 30-second window to be able to push in here without the res open. There's the rush. The overclock use as well. The bomb is just linked up in the sky. He should be able to get a remake here. But he's gonna be melted down pretty quickly. Caber's going very far in with a Kua in the backline as well. They aren't able to catch anything. They do find Raz eventually. The lamp is there for in the grab. Teddy might fall here. He does. Corey does find two. The Baptiste and the Soldier. Typhoon does fall once again, but it's favors now in the Wendigos, as the Wendals do have to reset once more for our last fight.
I didn't get much value out of that Kitsune, but I mean, they still have Raz's ult here at least.
They do, and Valk almost online as well. They do have to look for a touch as this high charge Zarya is just beaming. The Visor does find the Mercy as well. They need to look for the touch. Akua should be able to get it, but you do just have the Zarya would just run down the backline, able to catch Baptiste outside of his lamp. This looks like it will be a round. Indeed. Does look like this will be a round win for the Corys or the Wendigos. Even with the Pharah ult bug quote-unquote fixed, Typhoon is still able to put in a lot of spam damage onto the backline, and Corey's just allowed to walk in once he gets his energy, able to just kind of just not care about the Zarya. I mean, the Diva from Caber. Kind of just how this matchup goes, though.
I have not seen a Diva in a while, so I didn't get any value from that bomb either, so that's not a whole greatness. Words. Sorry, I'm tired. I got it though. I'm here.
Understandable. The Diva pick was definitely just there to try and, because they know that Typhoon was gonna go onto that Pharah. Raz also onto the Sombra now. The Diva was just to counter the Pharah, but as soon as that Zarya gets charged,
was Akua, so.
Yeah, but there was definitely pressure from Caber onto the Mercy, able to just boosters in and force that Mercy back a little bit.
Got it.
Is still able to do a bit of get a bit of value there. Cool. Also onto the Soldier now. Teddy also swapping to the legs. So we have Typhoon pushing the flank. Might be able to catch Teddy here with a hack from Raz, but not able to do it. Corey's just alone on points, but they do catch the Mercy in the backline of HV. Should be turning to this far in the sky. The bubble is committed onto it. Should be able to catch him in White Room maybe, unless Teddy gets traded instead. The trade is onto Typhoon as well. Should just be able to try and push onto this Zarya if possible. Just alone on point. Ellising and Withering does try to self, but yeah.
Matter. I've never seen Raz on Sombra. I can't tell if she's joking with me because I did tell her to go Sombra before.
Oh no.
And I think she's changed.
And to the Reaper, yeah.
Yep. I feel like that might have been a little bit of something for me, but I appreciated it. Love to see the hack.
Love to see it. You do see Typhoon coming on the coast side of the map, maybe trying to catch off Akua, and he does very easily. Oh my goodness, he just explodes there. There's one down. Corey also almost to this grab. Does use it, does catch one. Lamp is slightly late, but I don't think it really matters. They should try and maybe die on point, but I don't think they will be able to get that. They might be staggered out here. And it looks like they will be. Corey might also be able to catch Riddle Dog as well with that high charge. He does. Akua gotta be careful, but he does get the trade onto Corey, at least resetting his energy. But he will be rezzed.
I've seen a lot of Corey tanks, so this is really showing me he's got something.
He's a very and there goes another one. Raz falls. Raz also on the Soldier. I didn't even catch that, but Teddy is able to pick that off. But you do have Typhoon in this really dangerous spot as the Pharah, able to just come in for the high ground and just barrage like that. Able to find 4. And should be a clean team wipe if Corey can find Soldier. But just maybe just needs a single right click, and there he does. The delayed team kill does get the respawn, so the bell does not chime.
Walked right up to that window and said, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Proud of him.
Indeed, this is that's a lot of people feel like, yeah, far is kind of hard to get in here, but if you can just camp above that entrance as far very consistently, you can. But
Big
massive grab, able to find 3, but the Suzu is there as well. It only finds the Mercy, but after the grab, the Corey
Corey's down.
and Typhoon and Withering should be a nice team cap, point cap, I should say.
Raz doesn't go down, which is good.
What's up to that overclock? Overclock on Akua as well, as long with the visor and the beat. So the beat should be available for the next grab from Corey. We have Kitsune and Valk as well here, so I'd be careful of the Kitsune rush with the points. Should be used here, I think. The grab is used. Beat to respond.
There's that beat.
Oh, the Teddy still dies. Even with the lamp and the beat, as you do have Typhoon going aggressive onto Akua, trying to catch him off doing the overclock, but Akua with a nice shot. The res is being looked. No, he just wants a Glock. That's kind of quirky. Akua with another shot. They gotta make sure they get to point. Rudelok just trying to get point to stall. You do have Akua there as well, as the rest of the team does try and collapse onto Core here. Raz convincing the overclock as well in the last fight, I would think. And they should get one more fight here from the Wendigos. Wendigos. www.w.com.
World of Warcraft.
Never played it.
Me neither. I'm not a loser. I play cultured things like Overwatch.
I was gonna have a panic attack if you said cultured things like League.
And no.
Wait, Typhoon has another barrage here. A span from Razbataz with the stickies. Get Teddy. And you do see the same thing coming in. He does get the bubble, just able to get the barrage off. Does get 1. Should be able to get 2 as well, but he does get traded. Just the supports on point from the Wendals. And it does look like they'll be stalled out. And the res as well. But they did use their entire ult bank as well for that
I mean, Corey's
flip.
ult coming up here for last fight, but well, I guess Flom is only 50% to beat. It's not too bad.
Should be good if you can get good positions to get that splash damage from the Echo Stickies and the Fire Rockets into it. But you do have a grab to respond from Kaber as well. This spam coming in onto Akua just forces him back. Isn't able to find this rail early enough. And there's the grab. Does find a lot. Lamp is used. Lamp is broken, though. It does find a lot of them. This is pretty dangerous because they don't have a touch after this, and they didn't use any of their ults. Teddy M gonna look for a touch, but he dies. So that will be neither of their ults used for this last fight. That is an unfortunate situation. If you're the Wendals, you want to try and ult early there, because you know if you just get caught off by that grab based on how much damage Corey has been doing, you just won't have a chance to use yours.
Look at that unfortunate Typhoon purchase. I saw. Everybody knows that you spent $25 on the skin now, and we're judging you.
No, he didn't. He actually just played enough to get it.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He kind of games.
Wow. Okay. Well, good on you then. I'm not judging that.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, he has a few games played. Anyways, I think we'll be sending the stream off to a break temporarily. We'll be back to you with map 2.
These beats are the purest. Prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to week 4 of the Aurora Esports Community Clash, where we go into map 2 after the Wendals pretty well convincingly took Lijiang over the Wendals. What changes do you want to see from the Wendals to try and win this next map of Numbani? ManiaMoon.
Well,
Traveling to Mumbai.
for one, they need to combat that Farah a little better. So maybe more dedicated hit scan. And Corey's just totally vibing with this Zarya. So either an enemy Zarya or maybe a Winston to jump on the back line. Just something new.
Something to isolate the Zarya might be useful if they stick with this Farah. Corey's kind of just allowed to play very like solo in his play style as they try and focus on picking the back line or trying to get this Farah out of their own back line. So that's just gives plenty of time for Corey to either build energy or just maintain his energy and just hard spam in. He's doing a lot of damage, building up grabs very quickly. So you do see he's still sticking on the Zarya with few swaps coming in, Akua swapping onto the Genji. So going with maybe trying to ignore the Farah as much as possible, trying to kill either Corey or the backline. You see 1BC as well over Razmataz on the DPS. So it should be interesting to see how they try and change this playstyle. Kaber's still on this D, but trying to mark this Farah a bit with his team. Will be interesting, says, you have nothing still for the Zarya, so it should just be free reign for the most of this for Corey. You see a little bit of engagement coming in. So you do see the spam onto Teddy M. Teddy gets spammed out heavily. And you do see, oh, Lumpy that finds a headshot onto Akua. So you do see Kaber trying to mark him, trying to help him out, but he does get just beamed down a bit as Teddy M falls low as well. As you do have Riddle Dog and his Lucio Flom forced off high ground, and this is just a lot of space able to be taken with this heavy spam and just unbreakable bubbles from Zarya, able to just take so much space so easily. You do have Akua trying to chase out this Farah, but once again, there's a bubble, and there be Akua dead.
I've always thought it's never the game plan to ignore the Farah. It just doesn't help.
If you do, you have to play very fast.
Yeah, you have to be zooming constantly.
The issue also is usually when they have a far camp, usually have maybe a Ana, which is a diveable target, unlike Kiriko, who can just TP away or just use Suzu.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of hard
the
to
Ana
force.
might not be the greatest pick against her, but you could also argue that it's another hit stun to get at her, but
Yeah,
that's only if
yeah.
that's something you're focusing on.
I don't know how much value a nade can get either. Just very rough here as Akua wants to try and play more aggro, but his team is not able to follow in with him a lot. So you just have this Zarya fully charged. You just have Corey just spamming in, just able to probably after a fire rocket hit, Flom able to just get another stagger onto this.
He's not making any moves to move up, so they take less space here. And everyone's just kind of poking at each other, building ults, but
The poke from Nano is committed, but there's no blade for it, so just trying to build blade off of it. And you just have the barrage juice as well to try and force him out. But the kill onto both of the DPS. Maybe a res be coming in, but no, it does look like a fight win for the Wendals here. The issue with these two comps, yeah, you have a soldier, but you have damage fall off onto this Pharah. And the way Typhoon plays Pharah is he just spams a lot until like a fight actually begins, then he can go in after that. Which is a really annoying way to. It's like just like an explosive Hanzo. Is how I like to think about a lot. But
yeah,
there's just...
I would love to see either a Sojourn or an Ashe, honestly, because neither one of those DPS is doing what needs to be done. I mean,
Well, he's committed onto the backline. This forces out TP. Isn't able to find anything else because of that bubble going onto Typhoon as well, so isn't able to get any kills with it. Just try and get chased with those rockets. Bomb is also committed onto point, trying to just get the remake off. Do have Teddy M on this visor if Typhoon decides to hard commit onto anything. I think he'll just be waiting. You do have Lumpy Seal finding the pick onto Riddle Dog as the Dragon's used onto the grab with the beat committed as well.
Ever's in the back line, kind of being ignored, but
He's trying to kill this Mercy. They do get Lumpy Seal. They do get the one trade, so it is if they could have killed the Pharah while the Mercy was peeling, that would be optimal of how you play with this against that comp, but it does look like they will just eventually get this cap.
And of course, Corey's charged up his butt.
Indeed, very shiny.
Yes.
He's able
and
to just
pushing up, making space.
Yeah, there's not much you can really do, because if you break bubbles, you give him energy, and he has a second bubble after that, and with that second bubble, he can just back up if needed. So it's just a very hard dilemma trying to get onto this. Kaber does try and take high ground here, which is pretty effective. Visor used as well, but he doesn't know if he has protection, as he just gets directed by Typhoon. Just nice sleep to try and cancel that.
But there's a bubble.
The bubble to respond, and just the kills onto everyone else on the team.
And as the Ana tries to escape, there is no escape.
And look, bubble! As soon as you think far as that position, the bubble. Corey's just been really helpful with these bubbles onto his teammates, not playing extremely selfish. Yeah, using his bubbles really selfishly, able to just bubble in his team if he senses they're in a slight bit of danger. 3.5 minutes on the time bank. Nano onto Akua without the blade once again. She might be able to catch anything if he doesn't get spammed out. Looking to kill the Kriko. Kira does just TP away, and the bubble onto Kriko as well. So much peel.
Harvey just really overextended there.
They get the kill. They get the kill on both supports, but the grab as well.
Alone.
The nade keeps him up, and he does get punished for his greed.
He does. Well, 3 minutes left. Quite a couple of fights in there. Akua's almost got his ult. And so does Lumpy. But everyone else... Oh, I suppose Kimmer could ult here too, but with the bubbles, I don't see a lot of...
He can bubble for... or he can blade just to bait the bubbles out so he can hope his team can do something with them after. Or he can try and focus onto... Basically, you just want to... Maybe get soldiers probably your best target, but you just want to bait out resources. Bomb is used. This is a really good bomb position. Able to catch anything, but the Suzu is there as well. But Akua is able to catch Lumpy Seal as he runs away. The blade is also being committed after those abilities being used, but he's just once again just the bubbles, the defensive healing bubbles. I mean, he's doing stuff in the neutral. It's just they aren't able to sync up their Nano Blade charge, and even if they did, bubbles once again just probably deal with it. As you just have a full wraparound from the Wendals or the Wendigos. Barrage is being committed, but most of the DM is there to respond to it. I love forcing a defense matrix. It goes crazy. Should be able to clean this up, but you just do have Core at full charge, so you gotta try and focus him down. Does eventually fall, and Caber trying to chase off Soldier, but it looks like they might both get out unless Kua wants to greed for this. They do look like they want it back.
Alright. Typhoon on the Genji now. Interested.
That's really favorable, I think, if you're the Wendals here, because you have less for your. You don't really need this diva anymore if you want to swap it off for a favorable matchup against Zarya. You can swap to Winston. Nano Visor is committed, able to see if it can catch anything. And the Visor also used in the flank from Lumpy Seal, but they just keep kiting around, so it's able to find. Lumpy's like, where'd they go? And he's just given up.
He was sad and
He had the
his
massive
sad
flank.
little dead body just
He
laying on
had the
ground.
massive flank, but the able to just speed boost into the enemy team for the Wendals
late
just
for
made
that.
that flank mean nothing. And you just have him swap back onto Hanzo Typhoon, onto the Reaper now. I prefer probably the Genji, honestly, if you can get onto this Ana.
Yeah, it's probably a bit of a better.
Grab's
But
looking to be used here as you just have the rush used as well as he just tried to does get the Suzu out in the trade for his own mech, but the grab onto the backline able to find Riddle Dog. The sleep onto Corey, don't think it really matters as they do have a lot of favorable trades. Withering finding 2 headshot kills as well. It looks like they'll eventually get this cap unless Ball can touch. I don't know if that is even possible in this case.
it is not.
It is not, but you do waste about 3 minutes there, which is pretty favorable if you ask me. Considering the situation you were
0
in.
to 3. Switching sides.
Well, it's a pretty strong push, even though they only have 24 seconds. It still felt pretty good.
Initiating match.
And I'm interested to see if they do a defense Pharah, but I mean, at this point, the best thing is probably going to be a rush attack, or at least that's what I would do. I'd just get on a Lucio, and I mean, Core's been doing really good with the Zarya, so just at least
Ready for
1
battle.
or 2 things to go against that.
We were teasing the Ball. One of his main character in Overwatch 1 has been swapping off a bit recently because of how bad Ball is in his current state in this game. But Typhoon's still on this far, and along with the Torbjorn, Torbjorn's, depending on where the turret's placed, can be really annoying for most teams to deal with, and based on the comp. But Kua also onto this Echo, something that's able to chase after the Mercy and the Pharah if there's no hit scan to try and pepper him down, or no tank to try and chase him. So it does look pretty good here from the Wendals for comp-wise. Red Dog also onto this Kiriko, able to just spam in a bit more damage, maybe get some easy picks with the headshots. Should be interesting. Basically, their game plan here is just look for a slam on a target as Caber and have Kua follow up with either the focusing beam or the stickies.
Going behind. And that turret is going to be really annoying for that Ball.
Will be, but it should be able to be poked down if pinged by his team. Should just be able to be stickied and destroyed like
Oh,
that.
there it is.
Flom does fall pretty low though. Might be able to get chased. No, is forced to back off. You just have Caper on this high ground trying to look for another slam onto the Mercy. Perhaps is booped onto low ground, isn't able to catch anything. You do have Razzie almost peppered. Teddy does fall to the Pharah of Typhoon, and Riddle might fall as well as he does just go on the backline trying to catch these people off. I don't think this entry onto the Zarya is the best plan. I think you want to try and get onto that backline of the Torb and Kiriko, as there we do. You just get the stickies onto Withering, and he does fall pretty quickly.
Rez is there.
You do have... Where is the Ball? Where'd he go? Never mind, he swapped to Winston. Okay.
Probably
Understandable.
better play.
Also swapping onto Ana. They gotta be careful in this. Literally, if they just walk main, they gotta be careful of Typhoon just going inting onto your Ana. You have to get the jump onto high ground. Turret is also used, but it does fall down. Teddy also onto the Soldier, just able to spam in some damage, try and build rail. Do have Typhoon looking to commit onto the back line. Raz does fall dangerously low, so the Typhoon is without his pocket. And he does get bubbled out though with his concussion, but he does fall eventually to the chase from Caber. Turret.
Very high. Let's see if he gets
He is very high charge, but you just need to try and get a break on those turrets, and you can push in here again. Teddy gotta be careful not to die to the spam from the turret. Caber does get onto the Torb, but I don't think he has overload, so it might be a good chase if Akua can also follow up on the high ground. Does fall dangerously to try and get to him. You have Pharah coming back. Grab is almost online along with Barrage. They want to try and commit to this. Barrage is Grab is used on point, able to find the Mercy after the res onto Teddy, as you do have Typhoon inting onto backline to find Riddle Dog. Barrage can still be committed. The dupe onto the Pharah, trying to just get an extra health pool. Oh, gotta be careful. He does fall dangerously low, does die using his Barrage and 2 for the funny beam. Lumpy is. If Lumpy decides to, he does go for the touch, but I think he wanted to wait a little bit for more respawns. He wanted to go for that. Windigo also there for the touch, but you just stagger your entry. Corey also swapping out the hug. The counter to... Anyways, the counter to the Winston comp for the next patch is what people theorize.
I'm surprised he got that hook. I wonder if he seems to be dedicating his hooks to Akua this time.
Oh, dangerously low. The Nano trying to catch these staggering kills, does find one, maybe able to catch Typhoon as well. The jump in from Winston as well, and they will get more staggers, so they might be able to steamball through this next point. If I'm Teddy here, I want to go to a point to get some more progress. I don't really care about positioning right now. Yeah. Ult online for a good proportion of the teams, but also keep in mind the swap from Corey onto the D.Va, able to melt this monkey down along with chasing the Mercy of Flom. You see the engage.
Terrible jump, but then I see that he had all.
Yeah, he's monkeying around. Look at him, two primal kills, and this will probably just be a point cap pretty quickly here from the Wendals, despite how rough their defense in the first 2 points were.
Doing pretty well for the attack here. Obviously, a little bit of a dive and a little half dive, half backline here.
Typhoon also swapping.
I think targeting for the Ana in this comp here is probably the best play, but no one seems to be minding Riddle any attention.
He's playing in a position that's so far back that it's kind of hard to get a clean engage onto them without just trading the rest of your team if you're Corey diving in. And you just see Corey and Withering onto this Ana as well, with Teddy there to only support him. They find them all fall dangerously low, even with Valk being up. And you do see the Mercy diff, the Glock. Raz pulls out the Glock, and Glock's falling after his res. He was defenseless. 30 minutes on the time bank still. And Typhoon able to build up this blade very quickly. Probably might see that used here. And as he ints in the back line onto Riddle, probably once again with Corey and Withering. And Raz, never mind, no damage boost for the blade, just the speed boost. Okay. Wait. Lumpy's being interesting. Lumpy's gonna try and build his visor perhaps from the back line and try and int. Never mind, he got distracted. He saw the shiny thing. Oh, that's a lot of ults being used. Oh no, that's a lot of ults being used.
Well, they'll have ults eventually. I mean, we have Monkey, we have Akua, and Ana ult. I mean, next fight is
very favorable
for the whatever
the Wendigos, but
W team, the other one.
Without the Mercy Pocket, there's no res for Akua here as he gets perked up early, and Caber's gonna fall unless he uses Primal. I don't know if you really want to use that unless you can get the soldier in this small room, but he's able to just be pocketed. Does fall low as well, needs to jump out to get some healing, able to build up maybe closer to Mercy Valk.
Corey is out of mech too, which is no good.
You did use Primal. You can Nano Monkey in now if you want to try and chase any of these kills. You do have Akua trying to chase after Typhoon in the high ground, but he gets killed as he gets most of his stickies deflect. And you do have Winston able there to peel, but he's just pretty healthy. As you just have Corey and Teddy in the low ground. Trades are split here, but it does look like Akua with Flom back on the Mercy is able to just, do damage. You still have Dupe and
None of those
Nano
ults
online.
used except for the Monkey, which was pretty good ult management on the part of them.
Who was looking to try and chase Corey? Oh my goodness, Overwatch. Oh my goodness, Overwatch.
Absolutely melted.
Man, that Echo character still does a lot of damage.
It really does.
Score 3-3.
both these teams struggling a lot on the first 2 points of defense, but the Wendals are finding a bit more momentum on their last attack on third. Able to cap with a bit more time bank, winning the scrim, as some may say.
It's kind of coming down to that kind of came down to that alt management, that last point there. I mean, Windigos kind of used everything in one big go and then had nothing against multiple alts at the end, which weren't even all used to win the points.
Typhoon back onto this fire. Lumpy swapping onto the Sojourn as well. Sticking with this monkey comp. I think this monkey comp worked a lot better with them than the D.Va. Is able to focus the backline more so than trying to focus the Pharah, because if you're on D.Va, you kind of just get rolled by the Zarya. With Monkey, you can actually just exist in your bubble a lot more.
I can't hear you if you
Yep,
Just zone.
D.Va again from Corey. And we're going again with some, I mean,
5, 4,
yeah.
3, 2,
But now onto the Soldier as well. So pretty similar to what they were playing last time on their defense. Cool, still on this Echo. Just able to just chase after this far when needed. Just gotta be careful for the burst onto the Monkey. Does use a jump early to try and get space, but he might be punished here if he does that. You can't do that. You gotta drop to the low ground. D.Va's just able to burst way too much in their current state. So you have Corey also going in onto Flom, not quite able to find him.
But I think he'll be okay.
He's chilling. Oh, the kill onto Lumpy as well, but once again the chase onto the Flom, able to be kept up by Riddle Dog. Oh, but Riddle Dog might have been gone too far to try and save his mercy. But oh no, he does. Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know? He does get the mercy, but he's
Goes down.
the res onto Riddle as well. Really scrappy. But this Koi just
not
trying
have
to
high
int in on someone. But look for the kills onto point. Also needs to be able to watchful of this far as he just goes onto Real Dog, knowing that his win con is trying to get this. Oh, never mind. Okay, okay. Both the DPS of the Wendigos just
Made a
killed each
nuke.
other with explosives.
Alright, well, it's
Bravo.
the other W team's time to shine.
score.
I think
Oh, please
staying on
don't
this
draw.
monkey comp is probably a pretty good idea because it really forces Corey to get off of that Zarya character.
Indeed. We're just gotta be very careful of the burst potential of D.Va, because in current state, the triangle of pain pretty much goes Zarya beats D.Va, D.Va beats Winston, Winston's beats Zarya. So, yeah, it's fun.
The triangle of pain.
The triangle of tank queues. And then both teams eventually end up on Zarya.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember the Vykovsky kingpins?
Well,
300 meters
not
downrange.
surprised to see
You fired
the
once.
not Wendigos team comp being
Beautiful.
the same.
That's not the word.
But we
I
do
would
see a
choose.
Typhoon Genji, which I think isn't too bad
It's
of
good to have
a
the band
choice
back together again.
for getting into particularly Riddle.
Reconfiguring combat parameters for
The
Overwatch
game plan
14
definitely here would be trying to assassinate Riddle before your own backline gets assassinated, because
Exactly.
Ana's a lot less survivable than Kiriko, because the only dive target you have here for the Wendals is the soldier on high ground,
Oh,
but he
we
can
have a
still be
monkey v.
Suzu'd.
Monkey.
Feeling just spam
Best
in,
thing, just get there.
jump onto the soldier already, able to get caught instantly without the Suzu was late, and Typhoon also falls as he tries to go aggressive, and they do try and peel back
And
for this monkey.
They need to peel back. They're gonna lose. it.
C9? C9?
Nine.
No, Rise does get back, but I don't think it'll last very much longer as
It
Teddy's able to
didn't
find
matter.
3 that fight. And we have a series. I need more water.
Wendals. That's the W name I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they're cheese.
Play
Wensleydale Wendals. Hey, look, Akua. He games. Well, with this series now tied up 1-1, we will be sending you to another map break. We will be back for the next map after this short break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to map 3 of this match between the Wendals and the Wendigos. Tied in the series 1-1 right now as we go into Circuit Royale. So it'll be interesting to see how this ends up. Believe both teams don't really have a dedicated Widow player. Akua can pull out the Widow in a lot of situations, but I think you might want to stick to either a Soldier or a Genji here. So you have the Wendals starting on this defense. Interesting to see if Zarya is preferred over Sigma here, which is often seen as the meta character on this map. Really interesting.
I pretty much only see Sigmas on this map along with a Widow, and I see Akua's decided to go Sojourn. And I think, I mean, this first point here, at least at my rank, is like the hardest point to capture, so as soon as you get around that, it gets a little bit easier, so we'll see if they can hold first point.
Interesting comp. They might be trying to hold close here with the comp from the Wendals, or it could be being majorly baited because their comp looks like it should hold close, but they might not do that and then throw with their comp picks. Because if you have a Reaper here, you want to hold first corner. But if you you also have Baptiste Karika, which is a lot of healing, as Riddle is trying to get his team to hold close, but they're not following him. As you have Sigma coming in, as long as Pharmacy once again, Sfara can just come over the top building, just spam in. I don't think I like this Reaper pick from Teddy at all.
Yeah, that's a little odd if we're not holding close here. Not much he can do. And there goes.
Especially on this point in particular, the Sfara can just go over this roof consistently, but HV does not follow Typhoon over the roof, but really did not matter anyways, as Ku was able to find the rail shot. The res, though, is on to Typhoon, but he does get traded for it. May be able to find Typhoon again. Doesn't look like he's just playing this cover as Caber is purchasing aggressively.
And Muffin is already back here.
Indeed, HV should be back soon as well, able to pocket his far over the rooftop once again, try and get these angles. As Corey is getting punished a little bit, so is Caber though. So we just have to spam once again, coming onto that bridge from over the roof.
Typhoon has not peeking his mercy here, so
yep, there it goes. That's just far over the roof once again. Very hard to try and deal with that with the comp they have. You do have Teddy still on this Reaper, not able to do much. You can't really go
only
aggro
at
with
30%
Reaper.
ult too.
Definitely want to try and get something a bit more range if you're playing with the Sigma. I think also Riddle might want to swap off this Kariko or Muffin swap off the BAP, and someone goes Zen in this case. Able to put a lot of pressure onto these seals. As you do just have Typhoon inting in pretty aggressively, but you do have Caber finding Lumpy Seal. And the Flux is committed onto point, able to find both the Sigma and the Reaper. They do be kept alive just barely as Typhoon dies in the backline. You do have another ult being committed from Akua, just trying to clean up here. Okay, this point, you don't, at this point, if you just want to play this back area, you don't need to worry about the fire over the rooftop. But if you want to reclaim space, you will have to do it again. Just the thing that's caught them off twice so far, so I don't know exactly what they want to do with this. Do they just want to give up this small high ground and just play in the little courtyard area? Or they want to try
I feel like that would be the play since the Pharah's doing so well. And it looks like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, Ku just wants to try and build rail and try and go for the shot on the Pharah. He forced to slide away though. Do have flex online for Caber along as Kitsune Rush. As the Kitsune Rush is committed onto the main area, the Flux finds nothing. Unlucky. Rush committed onto Akua, able to catch one, but he does get traded after. Gotta be careful with the rail. Rail is committed from Lumpy. And another Kitsune is used. Gotta be careful of Caber. The window is only able to be used in the front line as Corey just walks past it. Not really carrying this. Res does also come on Typhoon. Lots of ults still able to be committed. You do have only one ult from Lumpy.
Reaper still does not have ult here. Falling behind.
Might be able to build it pretty quickly here if he gets on this good flank onto Withering. The Flux, he does get Withering, but he does get Flux in response. Rez also trying to be committed onto Withering as the trade just doesn't mean anything now because Mercy Rez is a thing. So he just kind of got Sigma out of it. No ults coming on. He almost has spin, but he has to come back. Rail might be able to find something that Suzu'd away. Not able to find anything quite yet, as you do have the rock onto Caber from Corey. Trying to focus them down, but they're both still pretty healthy as Caber does fall half HP now. But the spin could be committed here. Able to find nothing as you do have the TP away from Withering, but he does get traded by, or get finished off by Akua. HB just stand on this high ground, just trying to keep up his tank. As Lumpy just trying to build for rail, trying to get in, but Teddy's able to
does.
find the
Like I
Mercy as
said,
well.
this first point is hard with all these corners.
Yeah, if you're just able to, in this point it's a lot better for Reaper, because if you can just go through the little shop or just go through the mega flank up to that staircase, if someone plays up there, you can actually get good flanks. So you do have the Katuna used early here as they try and keep him off point, and he needs to kill Corey on point. We have Typhoon coming in quickly. Gotta look for the kill on the Pharah before he gets Valley, but is able to kill Akua during that cast of that ultimate. And do have the Flux Minute as well onto point without the lamp. Might be able to catch them, the rest of them slam onto the back line, as you do have Riddle able to catch Typhoon, but I don't think it will matter. I don't think they have enough alive to try and win this fight. Do have Window coming back. Almost have Mines if you're able to get that up, as Real Dog just AD strafing, trying to stay alive, but is able to be taken out. Slow Orb onto point, as Caver is still pretty healthy, able to commit Mines. I think he wants to commit this if he can get a slam with it. There's the slam. Not able to get a slam as he doesn't go in the right spot, and they're just zoned off. And they C9! No!
Oh my goodness. I mean, the team was coming back, so it.
Oh, but they just walked off point.
Oh, that's.
They just walked off point. Mines weren't fully covering. They could have still touched
Yeah.
from one of these angles, but the HP probably thinking he could touch from the other side of the wall, but wasn't peeking enough to satisfy the LOS check.
I mean, somehow. I mean, I thought the Sigma was touching, but I mean, somehow must have walked just 1 foot too far. And at this point, the overtime ends so quickly.
Yeah. Because the mines were kind of forcing them off from the back, but like
Follow my lead. I'll make
I think
sure this
Corey
goes
got
smoothly.
a little bit too far forward, but then H3 was right next to it, but he was slightly behind the wall right next to the point, which is why he was not considered to be touching.
Yeah, I didn't consider HV to be touching, but not that
And he-
Sig must
I
might
mean,
have been, but it must not.
If
have.
LOS checks don't matter, he would be touching, but the wall was blocking the LOS to the point.
Holding close here.
Yeah, this is what you want to do on this map.
4,
I don't know exactly
I mean,
if
it
I
gets
like
you an extra fight, but I don't know if this is the best comp for it.
here. It's fine, but the thing is, no Muffin, no Muffin, go point, get the progress. It's funny. This is the thing that they can do, because look, they can just go past them. They don't need to fight them directly. But you have to pick onto Muffin lumps, and the res is no longer available. So it looks like this will be cleaned up pretty quickly. You get some decent ult charge from Corey, but the kill from Lumpy onto Teddy there was pretty successful,
At
as
this
Corey is
point, they're
full
focusing
beamed.
a little bit too much on these guys, and I would
Yeah.
just have one person on carts to start moving it.
I would just have, if I was Muffin, I would just go point in this case. Just start pushing it, trying to force them to go point. Or even just swap to some dive characters, go all the way around right side, so they don't have a TP or speed to close the distance onto you. So just force them to fight closer to point. Don't go out that door. Take the distance. Go out right door. Oh, okay, we're trying to get onto Lumpy. Does force him out in the open. If he gets his team with him, he might be able to trade. As you do have Teddy coming in behind him, but the bubble is there in response. Oh, HV is isolated in main if they can notice. I don't think they do quite yet. Kill onto Withering, though. But the trades eventually are favoring the Wendals, especially with spawn
Ori
advantage.
is super high charge, though.
He
It just
is with the
takes him
spawn
a second
advantage.
to look.
Oh, the fully charged Zarya and the fully charged Rail. Might be able to catch up, but the bubble is there. He does miss the
Oh.
Rail. But he does get the kill eventually. He should be falling dangerously low.
Oh,
He's probably swapping.
I guess
He's,
so. They're
he
really
can-
staggering him, though. There you go.
I mean, they were staggering him, but they didn't get much cart progress from that stagger
Mm-hmm.
in the first place. So they weren't pushing the cart heavily during that time when they were staggering him, so it doesn't matter all too much.
See a
It would've
switch
stalled
to
pretty
ball
well.
for Corey. I've never seen a Corey ball.
He has to
so.
get, no, I guess he swaps the monkey now. Should be able to put good
Oh.
pressure onto Muffin Lumps as well as Akua. As this is last fight territory, Mine's already online along with Blade and Kitsune. They can just Kitsune Blade. This Mine's engaged. No Blade used
Oh,
from
just
Typhoon as
committing
well.
everything.
Oh, Typhoon from Akua, not in the Kitsune. Might be able to catch Zen as well onto
Ooh.
Bap next. And that is just
Ooh.
a clean backline wipe from Akua, able to find the 3 in the back. As you just have Corey on point. Spawn is pretty decently close here. If they want to swap fast characters, they can eventually kill this monkey. Typhoon of the Sombra trying to touch more quickly. I don't know if Typhoon can or Lumpy can quite make it. He needs to go for it pretty soon, unless Typhoon can get touch and get out for free. He does get touched. Tries to
Typhoon
get
did
out.
touch perfectly.
Oh, the beats on point, but they don't get there
Oh.
in time. The window on high ground has made them want to camp, especially with the overclock, but not able to get the touch after. That'll be another point for the I was about to say the Wendigo Wendals, and that's just mixing the two names, and that's just confusing. Wensleydale
Kua
Wendals.
again.
Yeah, this is his 3K in the back line. Oh, that dash misses. Oh no. Still pretty good showing, pretty good adaptation. And if they get off the Pharah, it seems like they struggle a bit more if they can't rely on that. But we'll see what they do next map as we go on to another break and we return once again with map 4.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Map 4 versus for the Wendals versus the Wendigos. We'll be going into Coliseum next, and we have both of the DPS players and tank players swapping each other's roles. So you have Kua moving to tank, Kaber to DPS, and you have Corey moving to DPS, and Typhoon to tank. Typhoon a bit of a monkey specialist, so he might be trying to play more of a dive-centric comp in this case. Be interesting, as Kua is probably going to be sticking with the Zarya as much as possible, or even a Hog. His Hog can kind of go crazy. What do you expect from these two teams? Going, oh,
We're on a West Coast server.
restarting.
Well, since I haven't seen either of these tanks be tanks, I don't really know what to expect tank-wise. I'm thinking Corey some sort of hit scan with Raz pocketing, and Muffin as Lucio, Riddle on Ana, and if you say Typhoon is a monkey, then I'm expecting a little bit more divey, but yeah.
Ready on the top. Alright,
Wow, I
Ain't
guess
no way they roll
nothing
this.
correct.
no, you got Typhoon Monkey.
You told me that.
Corey's soldiering. I mean, the railgun's hit scan, so it's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hit scan players transitioned over to that Sojourn for the flick ability, and you just see a full comp swap onto pretty meta looking comp from the Wendals going versus a Overwatch League meta comp from the playoffs for the Corys and or Wendigos. You see the fight starting early here as you just try and surround each other as the bubble tries to isolate. You just have a lot of sustain, but Corey able to find Teddy pretty early here. And without the Reaper, there's no pressure onto this Winston as you just be able to quickly run over the rest of these players.
That was a pretty quick fight.
Yeah, Corey able to find the early kill onto Teddy means there's so much less damage going onto that Winston, so he's able to play a lot more aggressive, a lot more ambitious. So just able to go further in or bubble off, or not even need to bubble dance necessarily to dodge those Reaper shots.
Now we got a Reaper.
Teddy looking to the flank. I don't know if this is really the play with this sort of comp. You gotta play more with your team, trying to bully off this monkey from your team. So you just see him going in aggressively. Falls pretty low, but Teddy once again picked off first. The dude's just trying to go in, able to just shove the shotguns down Akua's throat, just pressuring him so much, even with these bubbles.
And Carr missed that rail, and now he's got himself in a bad spot.
Corey able to find Muffin as well, just staggering these kills. Gaber falling down. This should be checkpoint. If I'm the Wendals, I want to reset here and try and micro a bit more with what your prio here is with this comp, because you gotta get this monkey off your team, or you just want to fight directly on point and deal with the monkey once he jumps onto you. Monkey no jump as well, but you always primal. Uses the primal, try and force him out, looking to force Teddy in, does force that Wraith. Both supports ults online from almost both teams, but the DPS ults a massive grab on the point.
Massive grab.
And they just give. That's a.
We should not have committed that.
I really like the non-commission, except for HV, of course, from the Wendigos there.
Yeah, they knew that was it, and that was a good idea. I'm not sure.
They could have won if they used beat in the grav, but they already know that they got the checkpoint. They got good progress on this map considering, and they can just use their ults here to then get progress to the next point after they committed 2 of their most important ults. They already have a massive advantage when it comes to the push lead. There's the ult Alon already. He were not able to find the beat for himself. Has to slide to his team, but that's into the rest of the team as the kiting from the Wendals was a bit
coming
too
up
fast.
behind. Not a great spot to be in, but he got out.
For now, I think he might still be caught here. Now you do have Akua getting caught though. Teddy does find Typhoon though.
No one's
out again.
pushing this. Okay, there we go.
Ult advantage slightly, I believe, in favor. I would you have beat for the Blossom, so I don't know. They also, once again, really good spacing. They just push the ball as far as they do and disengage because they don't have the Winston. They don't want to take any fights yet. I really like this macro coming in here from the Wendigos.
I'm just like kind of taking turns touching, making sure they can't push.
Grabs
Oh,
committed,
another
and once
grab
again-
already.
Yeah, once again, they don't care about this. They already considered the loss, but once again, they still have the lead. And even with this fight win for the Wendals, they won't get the lead after it. So they still get another fight, can build up ults again. Already have primal, and you still have beats. And you also have spin coming up soon as well with overclock. You do have the Kitsune Rush and Death Blossom combo, so you want to set up for that if you are the Wendals. Primal jump in onto the Lucio on point. Either they need to go for this people up high ground, or they need to peel. They need to make a decision. They're 2 split, and Teddy does fall, so they don't have that combo. Oh, that rush is used after they're down 2. I do not like this. They need to play more proactively. They're waiting too long for Typhoon to make space. They don't even force any ults. Actually, no. They force beats, but like... you don't have the
Using
combo.
ults earlier or going high ground, something along those lines. Instead of waiting for picks to happen. This wasn't.
They need to
play.
position more so as the 5-man unit, and Teddy's picked off again.
He kind of just hung out there. I'm not. I mean, I know he had his ult, but
They need to position Teddy in a place to be with his Lucio and his Kiriko and his Soldier to try and decentralize this Winston from just jumping in there for free. Lots of ults being used. Does get beat on everyone. The spin is used from HVSec with the
Ooh,
Kitsune
there
Rush,
it
which
is.
just does so much damage, which is what I wanted to see from the Wendals before.
we still have. We committed a good amount there, but
They
Oh,
used all
no.
their ults.
they use all their ults. I see that.
Lots of ults still online. The
It's
Kua's trying
kind
to
of
cut off
time
though.
for Teddy's time to shine along with the Kua, so
I'm just so pushed out. You do have Winston trying to mark off the Soldier and overclock. The spin on the
There
point
it
does
is.
find 2. But once again, that's a lot of ults used to win a
that's a
point in
lot
your spawn.
of ults.
You still have 4
Yeah.
minutes and you haven't even gotten the first checkpoint. It's still very, very rough for the Wendals.
Yeah, I've said this once and I'll say it like 1,000 times. If you have a good first push, it's so hard to come back from that
Because the
At
win
least-
condition,
at my rank.
the win condition for the Wendigos has changed. They just want to prevent progress. They don't need to push the bot as much. Typhoon should die here. They need to turn around and kill Typhoon. Oh, the aggressive grab from Akua in the backline might be able to clean up as a do forget. Eventually find Typhoon. Very good. They just need to be more careful with this monkey. He should be able to be melted very quickly, especially with how aggressively he has been jumping in a lot of these times, alone from his
I
team.
feel like Teddy should be like hanging out with his healers, so when that monkey does jump, he can be punished a lot faster. Cause Teddy's kind of pushing ahead or going in back lines. I feel like that's
High
he needs
ground
to be
is
staying
on
with the team.
for the Wendigos, though. They can just stand on this high ground and eventually just contest. Typhoon does drop onto low ground. Might be able to get ults online soon. Almost all the ults are online for the Wendigos, but Koi and Typhoon all fall dangerously low. Might be able to catch off these picks pretty quickly here, but no, Caber is felled instead. They're able to be healed up, overclock online, along with the flank of HVSec in the back line. Feed is not able to catch Akua. The trades are slightly in favor. They do have the respawn advantage. They
Coming
might
in to just hang out. Oh,
still have respawns though. Withering probably gonna concede this checkpoint. But after the checkpoint, if I'm the Wendals, I want to give. I want to run. And there they do. They do run away, try and wait for their respawns to get back, and then take the next fight probably inside of the tunnel of death.
what a good idea. Man, you just don't see that stuff in Plat.
Yeah, you don't see that stuff in Masters either. I'm not gonna lie. Lots of ults online. Once again, they have the Kitsune Blossom. Just a pretty big ult combos. They do try and go in with it. Gotta look for the Suzu with it. He just going in. He's no longer the Kitsune, but he still has his Blossom. Trying to force it out. You have just the... I would have liked to not see Primal just booping them away. There's the ults as Lawn as well. But you have HV in the
So
flank as
many
well.
ults
Big
happening.
grab, but HV still be careful with the spin. Able to probably get red along, but there's no one else to follow up with him. No one else to catch in that. I just get Akua after the Blossom though, and this might be it once again in favor. The bot is
2v2.
past the mid spot, so they don't have the advanced respawns, and just HV online does find another. Just Caber and HV on live. They do have the respawns of Raz here pretty soon, and they're still pretty distant
Ooh.
away from the Wendals. Once again, if I am, I
I
just want
would
to give
wait
the
a little
space.
here.
I just want to give the space if I'm HV and Raz, but he's deciding to take this fight. They're pretty close, but I guess it is fine for now. Winston jumping in, should be able to be punished here by this Reaper, I would hope. But Akua does fall once again. Oh, it's an unfortunate Blossom from Teddy. It does fall, 60 seconds remaining.
Still popping off here. And Typhoon's monkey is just, I mean, first of all, the monkey's not being punished, but outside of that, Typhoon is doing very well.
He is doing very well indeed. Even with everything considered, even if they did punish him with more, he's making so much space. He would just split the healing to Akua if Akua wants to play aggressive. Where he does have his overclock, most ults almost online. Kaber does fall though. I think we're trying to aggressive push, and they're very split. You just have Teddy pushing the point, but you need this fight. You can't push point yet. He's trying to win it first. They only have 10 seconds. They need to try and look for the touch. They don't have a Lucio for touch right now quite yet.
I don't
And
see this
look at
touch
this, look at this.
happening.
The
This
Windigo's
is
not
the
pushing.
end.
Big brain, don't push the bot because they can't touch if you push
Exactly.
it.
Do
And that'll
not
be a,
touch. Do not touch
yeah.
the bot. I feel like people need to learn that a little bit. That there's some nuances to bot touching.
I think a lot of this map kind of boiled down to a lot of positioning and playing more as a unit for the Wendigos, because they played this game mode so much better than the Wendals did. They understood the timings and when they needed to push and when they needed to back off and just let them have control and just regroup. Very good from the
Yeah.
Wendigos as we move into our last map of the series after this break.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Hello once again. This would be, oh, wait, this would be our final map. Going in for the Windigos versus the Wendals series. Oh,
Whoop.
I am hearing myself through my
I'm so
co-caster's
sorry.
mic. Ain't no way. In this economy. Should be interesting. You do have MJ swapping back in onto tank. Typhoon still on tank. And Akua back on his DPS role. So should be interesting as you go into Nepal to see if they go back, what they go back to and what they decide to do here. Do you expect like the exact same comp coming in for the Wendigos here? Or do you expect them to try something else?
Kind of expecting, yeah, this a relatively similar comp. And that's kind of what I see here. I see the HV on the Reaper. Teddy was on Reaper. He's going to try Soldier now. And or no,
now
we
both,
have this
they're
is
both
not
just
where it got
TPing out of
smacked.
spawn.
Yeah.
I doubt either of them will stay with it. You also have the Diva from Caber, who should be able to burst down Typhoon a bit more, especially if they go with Reaper as well. Less protection and zoning for the team with that Winston bubble, but I don't know if it really matters. Corey also on the Soldier, Akua on the Soldier as well now. You have Teddy on the
Have
Reaper.
pretty much the same lineup, but with different tanks.
Yeah, the Divas should be able to counter the Winston more efficiently, but you do see these nice rotations wrapping around. Might be able to catch Muffin Lumps off. No jump committed as yet as well. Cool, already building up that rail, might be able to find anything. Does find the body shot in his HP sec, but not able to bring him down quite yet. As you see this Diva damage, able to just pressure Typhoon so much more, especially with the Reaper paired up right next to him. Should get first point cap for the Wendals here. You're trying to walk at the point. The spacing is a bit off. Teddy's oscillated himself this team without his team, so there's a lot less damage to go on this Winston, able to just sustain himself a bit more. This fall still dangerously low, just jump onto the backline. Should be able to be caught off, but you do have the TP from withering onto him. Still pretty low. But so is the rest of Caber also falling low. That was literally no damage to try and melt this Winston, as it should get an eventual point cap for the Wendals, or Wendigos.
And
What is
Akua
it?
and Teddy had just went off point to get Raz, but it's not going to do much.
Indeed. Ult charge building up very quickly for the Wendigos here. Oh, Continuing Rush already online for Withering, along with almost both DPS ults. Akua at 80%, a little bit ahead of his counterpart in Koi at 75. And you do see an...
They do a little
Look for-
hidey-hidey.
Yeah, looking to try and get an early push, but is scouted. Continuing Rush is used. Blossom is not up yet, so you can't combo that, but they do have to kite. Might be able to build up Blossom and still use it with it, as you do have Typhoon falling, but two trades onto Muffin and Teddy here. Are they able to catch anything else? Withering does fall. Maybe I might be able to find Corey as well, but Reaper able to find both the DMEC and Akua there. But the kill with Baby Diva onto Raz, doesn't think it matters too much, as these kills are being so staggered out.
Yeah. Oh.
The ego ult from Corey, able to find Teddy. He decides to have to try and hide away for the rest of that duration. Oh, Corey
Very
does
interesting fight happening.
build up 50% of it with how long that fight lasts. No, we're unable to disengage. Typhoon also does his primal up and the Blossom
We
as
have a
well.
little hidey-hidey Blossom here. We'll see if that pans out.
Should be able to get DM on it. I would hope. No, they're not looking.
Oh, they are not
5-4.
looking. And oh wow, we had a wasted 2 ults from the side of the whatevers. Can you
The
remind
Wendals.
me? Wendals, thank you. 2 wasted ults there, which is no bueno.
Swap onto Baptiste off the Kriko. Should be more AoE healing for the team, but a bit less survivable even with that lamp. If I'm the Wendals, I know what's gonna happen. They're just gonna set up these 2 flanks again. I want to go left side, but no, they're gonna try and go directly in. And the Winston is gonna be able to cut off his team if they're able to get up, especially Riddle Dog. But they're not paying attention to Riddle Dog, except the Reaper in the backline. Beat is good to find most of the team. Beat Bomb's still online for a remake if possible. They want to try and catch this Typhoon, or at least force Primal, but it doesn't look like he's gonna hold on to it as much as possible. Won't be able to catch anything with that Bomb remake. Should be good. No, he's stopped by HV.
And that was just a
Oh,
ooh,
Akua gets the sliding shot, but it won't matter. He isn't able to touch.
that was kind of a steamroll there. They just kept coming in through main and just kept getting stopped before they even reached point.
The Wendigos forced fights where they wanted to fight, and they kept catching the Wendals off guard. weren't able to fight at their own pace. Just the aggression from the Wendigos in these last 2 maps, and just the pace setting overall, is really carrying them through these last 2 maps.
Corey with the... Oh, no. I was like, whoa. Interesting.
5, 4, 3.
Probably just similar comps trying to run it down. This map, I don't know which map this really favors. Might just be the same
I think
outcome.
we're doing the same thing here.
Baptiste also still online, still far more diveable in this comp. I would honestly, I don't really know.
Ooh,
Kaber's
gotta
super
punish
isolated.
Typhoon. Oh, he was punished.
Oh, Kaber does get the lamp, able to maybe be kept in mech. He is. This force point is not only with his team. I don't know how hard they want to really fight with this. Point doesn't unlock yet. They need to try and catch these kills if possible. Need to try and push in onto this Reaper and this Lucio. This could be careful of Boop. Typhoon is almost back. They want to try and get this point cap. Muffin is on point. Might be dove here or even be shot at with this rail soon. They got to try and get on this Typhoon on the point. He's just isolated, but instead Kaber goes for the backline and gets picked and gets demeched, as well as Muffin on point because they weren't on the same page. And Typhoon.
Typhoon made a little bit of an oopsie.
Cap almost there,
Still
but
no
they just...
cap done.
They're kind of even. Not really. Lucio's back now. They want to make sure they try and prevent this cap if possible. They have more range for the Baptiste, but they're not going to prevent the
Even
touch.
attempt.
Try and catch this Raz, who's maybe inting a bit too much, but is able to get out. The primal onto the window.
She's doing a little
step
dancey
out the window.
dance.
Oh my goodness, that damage. It doesn't look like the Windows are really on the same page in a lot of these situations, but the Boop able to get TP'd back onto the high
Oh,
ground.
he TPs, but it's not enough.
Oh, the spam from Raz able to catch Akua. Corey might be able to get out here. Never mind, he forgot
Oh,
to jump and he
he-
just slid.
He just
Whoops.
we got a lot of falling off here from the Wendigos, but we
That's
already got a
17%.
Cool with alt and Corey with alt. I mean,
You'd also have Kitsune online, which is swapping
Yeah.
onto the Zarya. I mean, it carries
I-
the Diva, but I still like Winston overall in this comp. They just gotta be careful to try and not charge the Zarya. Going in with the Kitsune onto the backline, the lamp should be able to keep them up a little bit. They need to look for a kill. They need to try and focus fire someone. You already have Corey onto that point, already capping. And there's the instant demech to that fully charged Zarya. So you do have Kaber just trying to reset. Might be looking for a swap here. Muffin Lumps try and get out. Might be picked off. They think he's fine, just barely. You do have Diva Bomb online. You look like a Riddle Dog's looking maybe for a swap unless they're just staying on point. Nope, they're just looking for staying point. Typhoon already 90% up on this grab.
wow, that was very fast.
We just do so much damage with that charge. HB looking for another cheeky Blossom here. A lot of
We
ults
got
online.
4 alts.
Oh, he's
on
gonna
one
just walk in
shot.
and do it again, Chief.
They fall for it again and again.
He just stands in a corner being like, all right, tank walk past. Because
Tank walk past, get a couple feet away, and it's the end
yeah,
of the team.
because at that point he's just focusing on other things. He's not gonna be like, all right, I need to turn around and look for this Blossom. And he's still in the same corner. And 60% cap wise for the Wendigos here. They do have a lot of ults for the Wendals, but also the grab here could be massive. They're going to go left side, trying to avoid this first fight. Oh, but the chase with the overcharge, the beat to engage as well. Oh, you don't have that for the grab. They're spawning beat as well. The grab is able to catch a Kua onto the high ground along with the Diva. The bomb is there to zone off a little bit. The remake is good, but the Kua is felled by Corey. Point flip is there, but I don't know if they can eventually win this fight unless they can get a massive Blossom here. Able to get nothing. Able to get the 2, actually.
Two.
Eventually chunks them down.
Well,
And they might be able to catch
the
these kills.
Wendigos pretty much used most of what they had, but remind me again,
Wendals.
Wendals managed to hold on to
Wensleydale.
2, which I am happy about.
Yeah, they do have the overclock and the Kitsune. Kitsune should be really good here for them. That rate of fire can just melt these bubbles if they want to try and quickly burst the Zarya. Gotta keep tracking these bubbles, and there's Typhoon pretty isolated. Not be able to cut off though. Stu still have HV once again camping another corner. What's he doing there? What's he thinking?
He's contemplating life, honestly. Either that or Blair Witching.
That's a really good kite there. The rail doesn't find anything that responds Kitsune. Okay, Kaber tries to go in there, but he's just forced out. Trying to force point, does get the D-Mech, and the flip might be coming in, but no. Corey is felled by Akua, his counterpart, once again. They do try and move the point, as they do have MJ, D-Mech, and Baby Form on point, and Muffin will be next to fall. 99% coming in soon, but no. Yeah, very late touch. You need to have both Riddle and Akua live here to try and survive to get a touch here. You have Caber coming back on the ball, trying to look for a staggered touch. Could be booped off, though.
Cool, you gotta boot back up more. Oh,
Oh, the grab
big
hits, but I don't think
grab.
they're going to be able to catch touch because of this. Caber tries his best, does get the touch.
Makes it.
But he's still dangerously low. He won't be able to sustain this fight much longer. So especially because he has to retouch, and he does fall with the beat, and this will be a match win for the Wendigos.
Wendigos.
Wendigo.
Look at those
Pretty-
thunder thighs.
Good insight.
Mm-hmm. It's color commentary for a reason.
Yep. And there's the spin. Very different look. Going off this far and making Typhoon go onto tank made him look very, very coordinated in how they're moving around the map with these comps. But now we gotta pick the MVP. Any thoughts? Any favorites?
Oh my god. Honestly, the whole team kind of snatched. Very proud of them. Sheesh. HVSec did an amazing job. Typhoon and Corey are kind of my top three. I'm gonna need a little help narrowing that down.
I don't think, because I know Typhoon got last time. So we could spread the love and give it to Corey.
Why would we
this
give it
time
to
around.
Corey? No, we should give it to HVSec.
Okay, alright.
Corey.
Understandable, honestly. Understandable.
I mean, Corey showed up. Should we give him something for showing up?
I mean, he's a captain of the team. I sure hope he shows up. I think for me, it's definitely between Typhoon and Corey in this case. I didn't pay either that or maybe even Withering, because Withering wasn't there for a lot of it. But I think I'm leaning more towards Yo, producer, help. You make the final call. Huh? Alright, where is that guy? Hopefully he will move so I can move him so I can't see team chats. Where is he? Where is he hiding? I could give myself the Wendigos roll really quick. There he is. 1 second. Move to... There we go. Hello, match MVP, the worst captain himself.
Hello.
Hello there. Well, congratulations on your win. Very close series. But, yeah. The main thing I want to first come up with was, the cohesion from your team on those last two maps. That looked very clean.
Oh yeah. I was able to I don't know how this works, but I was able to call better on Sojourn than on Tank. I don't know why that makes sense, but
I feel like you could see a lot more of the fight, because when you're on Zarya, your team was very, very split from you, so you can't really see what's going on behind you all the time without just doing like constant 180s.
yeah,
And we're able to play a lot more as a cohesive unit, especially with a Pharah. Pharah is always extremely split, so you can just basically do Typhoon go kill, Typhoon no kill. All right, where's my team?
Because on Sojourn I'm kind of surveying the whole field.
Although your protective bubbles on Zarya were pretty good.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
The defensive bubbles, especially on Typhoon, whenever he was in danger ever so slightly, or just on anyone who was in a little bit of danger, just very, very selfless with those bubbles.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions, ManiaMoon, or can I shoot him another one?
Go ahead.
Was it mostly your idea to swap up the swap Typhoon onto that monkey, or was it someone else's idea?
I'm gonna say it's a combination of me and Typhoon. We practiced a few comps and we realized that Akua was uh, playing very well against us on the counter comp to our Pharah comp, so
Mm-hmm.
we went to one of our other comps and it seemed to work out.
Also, considering this is the second match to have a implemented like Pharah ult charge fix, but more accurate than the last one, do you think that affected the Pharah's performance at all in any case, or do you think it doesn't matter all too much?
I would say it doesn't matter too much, although it was showing on Circuit Royale. If you saw, he went in pretty aggressive a few times. I think that's because he plays when he played comp with Pharah, it still has the faster ult charge, so I think he's maybe used to using the barrage as kind of like a save me button.
Yeah, the timings just feel a bit off.
Yeah, so I did notice, I think one time on Numbani, I saw him as well, like drop down for an ult, and then he didn't have it. But I would say overall, most of the time on Pharah, you're going to be killing with directs rather than barrage, although it does help, especially with only one tank.
Yeah.
You can kind of burst them down really fast, but
All right.
definitely noticeable.
I think with that, I'm going to lead into the big question. If you were not MVP for this match, who do you think on your team deserves it the most?
That's a good one. Honestly, I'm gonna. I know the fans are probably saying to say HVSec, but I'm gonna say Witherin.
Mhm.
It's really hard to tell when a support player is doing really well, especially if they don't do anything wrong. It just
Yeah.
seems like they're doing it how they're supposed to. But I
They're
think
doing their job. The
that
thankless
deserves
job.
that deserves some recognition, especially with his Kuriko ults in the last two maps that were very, very good. So I just wanted to shout him out because I didn't notice anything bad, and it was all very good from him. HVSec, second shout out for the weird 5v1 wipe on Coliseo. I don't know what that was, but that was very
Yeah,
good.
he gamed. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations once again for your match. Thank you for coming in for the interview. Good
Yeah.
luck in your future matches.
Thank you.
All right, and for us in the stream, we'll be signing off. Thank you all for tuning in. I've been FedoraMaster for your play-by-play, ManiaMoon for my color commentary, and Poke on the prod. Thank you all again. Some more matches stream probably soon. Keep an eye out for them. Thank you all and have a good night.